Hi everyone, my name is Cindy Porter and I am the Product Educator for Colour Blast Australia. Today I'm going to be demonstrating for you our fabulous shimmer dusts. These are a dye-based powder with a shimmering effect. They come in 13 different colours and it is one of my all-time favourite products. I love them. Let's head on over to the desk and I'll show you why. Hi and welcome over to the desk. So as I said, today I am going to be showing you all about the Colour Blast shimmer dusts. These are little pots of gorgeous shimmery powder, one of my favourite products to play with. I'm going to begin by using the awesome Velvet colour, which is a rich, deep purple colour. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to be showing you one of the most simplest techniques to use this powder. I grab a fan brush, dip it into the powder gently and just tap it over some paper to sprinkle that powder loosely onto the paper. It is a great technique and will show you just how amazing these powders are. I'm just looking for a second colour here. Peacock will be my second colour of choice, a gorgeous teal colour. These are just two of the 13 amazing colours available in this powder. I've cleaned off my fan brush and I'm going to repeat the process again. Dip it in and just lightly tap the fan brush so that powder sprinkles over the paper. Before I move on, I'm going to close off both pots of the dust because you don't want to get anything into those pots of dry powder, and I certainly don't want to knock them and spill them on the desk anywhere. So I've grabbed a spray bottle. It just contains water, nothing more, and I'm going to spray these delicious powders with this water, and look at that colour burst to life. Isn't it fabulous? I love these powders so much. Just stunning, gorgeous colours. It's hard to pick up the gorgeous shine that the powders have on camera, but they really do have this gentle shimmer to them, hence the name, of course. Going on, another technique now, and I have grabbed the candy colour, which is a rich fire engine red. I'm putting a small amount of powder into a little dish that I have there. You can see it's only a very small amount of powder that I've put in with my paintbrush. And I am going to take a water bottle and put some water in the dish with it, and I'm going to mix it in to make a liquid, basically a liquid watercolour. A shimmery liquid watercolour is what you'll get. And once I've done that, I can paint with it, just like any other fluid paint. So I'm just going to give you a little demo of that there. They're just gorgeous to use. Strong in colour, beautiful, rich depth to them, and this gorgeous shimmer. Decided to get slightly wider brush there just to give you a little demo. And just painting a little flowery shape there for you to see the great effects that you can get with these powders. And you can see that tiny bit of powder with water, and look, I've already painted this A5 card size, and I still have tons of that left in the little dish there. So moving on, I wanted to demonstrate for you how well the shimmer dusts, when made up like this with the water, go on to other products. So this is a little wooden embellishment, and it covers it beautifully, and it sinks into all the wood grain. It looks fabulous. I also wanted to show how well the powders can be used straight from the jar. This is a little more tricky. You need to be a little bit careful. You need a damp brush, not wet, and then you can paint it straight onto your embellishments. So here I am painting it onto a chipboard snowflake to show how well the powders cover the chipboard shape. And I'm just painting over it with this damp brush, and the dampness of the brush activates the powder so that it covers well. And at the end there, I like to dip my brush straight in the water, make it a little wetter, to take that powder over the surface, just to make sure that I've activated all the powder on that piece. See how it goes into the wood grain as well? Isn't that fabulous? The colour that I used there on that snowflake, I believe was navy. I think, from memory. I'm going back now to that pre-made candy in my dish, and just showing that even on things like the waxy tissue paper, the colour goes on fabulously well. So now I want to do just a little bit of a different demonstration for you with the powders. I'm just stamping up some of the Michelle Grant Designs floral stamps that she designed for Colour Blast. Fabulous stamp sets. I am using Ranger Archival ink to stamp the images, as it's a waterproof ink once set and won't be affected by the shimmer dusts in water. I'm using the same red candy that I made up earlier, just with water, to paint the flower, and now I'm adding some velvet directly from a damp paintbrush onto the flower petals, just to demonstrate to you how easy it is to also blend the colours and get some fabulous results there, just to give the flower a bit of depth. I'm dipping back into the candy to blend that off a little more, just to show you some of the things that you can do with it. I love how the results come out doing this technique. Just trying to show you the versatility of these fabulous shimmer dusts. Now I wanted to show you how they're affected by what you put them on. The dusts themselves tend to be a little translucent, so whatever colour you paint on is going to affect the depth of colour that you get out of the shimmer dusts. So as you saw on the craft tag there, the colours were much more muted than they were on the white cardstock and even the manila. And now you'll see how dark they are on black cardstock. They're not overly successful at all on cardstock that is as dark as the black. You basically just get to see a little shimmer of the shimmer dust, a little sheen. You don't really get to see any colour. I wanted to also show you how versatile they are made up in water. This is a bit of cotton lace that I was able to colour very successfully with the candy colour. Now that the initial piece that I did has dried, I just wanted to share that with you and show you that lovely sheen and shine. And One last little tip of things that you can do with these powders, and I am going to use Lollipop now, and I'm going to make it up in a spray bottle with water for you, just to show that now with these shimmer dusts you can actually make your own gorgeous colour sprays as well, shimmery colour sprays as a matter of fact. So I've just put a small amount into a little water spray bottle, and there you go. Look at that. Isn't that awesome fun? So you don't need to go out and buy a whole lot of different products. This product is extremely versatile, gives amazing results. I'm just blotting it off there to speed the drying time. You could leave it to dry or force dry it with a heat gun as an alternative. So here's my little hello card that I made earlier. Oops, I just smudged a bit with my thumb. But I wanted to show you how these shimmer dusts are reactive with water. So they will continue to reactivate if they get wet. The dye will run. Okay, so it is something that you need to keep in mind depending on the type of project that you're doing. It can be very useful, but also, if you're unaware of it, a problem. One way to deal with this, if you do not want your product to run and you're happy with how it is and you want to seal it off, is to give it a coat of Dorland's wax or one of the other wax-based products available on the market. Ranger make one, Judikins make one. There's tons of brands out there. Dorland's I like because it comes in big containers and I find it very economical. I'm just putting a bit over my little chipboard snowflake there that I coloured earlier. It is just as simple. I like to apply it with the distress inking tool. I just keep a sponge simply purely for the wax. I tend to keep it in the top of my jar of wax, and just put a little on the foam and rub it over the area that I want to protect. So I'm going to demonstrate here on the flower tag, on the flower that I have coloured. I'm just rubbing it over. You can't see the wax in any way at all, but you will notice the difference. You saw how my hello ran. Now watch what happens with my flower when I squirt it with water. Absolutely nothing. That water just runs straight off. The wax protects the colour, keeps it in place, and you have a permanent finish on that tag now. So, see that? Permanent finish, beautiful. Just going through and showing you now that things have dried. You can see that slight shimmer if I can catch it on the right angles in the camera. Quite difficult to do on the black. You can see the muted tones that come out when you use it on the craft card colour. They're quite muted compared to the other colours. The gorgeous way it goes on wood, I absolutely love that. Fabulous coverage on chipboard shapes. It's quite a dark colour I've used on that snowflake there. How wonderfully it paints and runs when reactivated. Gorgeous way it sprays. It is a fabulous product, and don't forget on those waxy tissue papers, printed tissue papers that are available out there. I just wanted to show that even though it's on that tissue paper quite finely, it does still reactivate with the water. It's harder to see. You treat that exactly the same as I did the manila card. Put some wax over it and it will no longer be affected. So when I spray now, the water just runs off and nothing is affected or moved. So yeah, that works for all products. Thanks for joining me today at the desk. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you can see future videos, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.